most foreigners, Thai cuisine might mean green curry or pad Thai. For the more travelogue savvy, you might expect to see creepy crawlies, entrail soups, or mystery meats. But there is a lesser-known side to the eating habits of Thailand. Home to the largest population of Chinese outside of China, it adopted some of their food culture. And one where the only blood and gore is self-inflicted by the participants of the most extreme vegetarian festival in the world.
My name's Jay, and this is the Jay Festival.
While I do share the same name, it's not a festival in my honor. Jay is a Thai evolution of the Chinese word zai, which is a kind of fasting. This philosophy is practiced by some Thais for purification and karmic merit throughout the year on holy days, and in particular for 10 days of the Tesagan Jay, the annual vegetarian festival. It includes a diet abstaining from meat, fish, eggs and dairy, but also prohibits stimulants like alcohol and garlic and onions, as ingredients of the pungent allium group are believed to be an aphrodisiac. During the spiritual cleansing, one is also meant to refrain from sex. You can eat all the soya beans you want though, usually abundant throughout the festival in the form of tofu or mock meats. And oil. Lots and lots of deep-fried oiliness. There are also some vegetables.
Mushroom juice. Chrysanthemum mushroom juice.
You can spot shops and restaurants partaking in the event all over Thailand with these yellow flags marked with a red symbol of J. Some restaurants add a special vegan menu for the festival. The local convenience stores will stock plant-based versions of popular Thai snacks and ready meals. And inside the shopping malls, J vendors are set up.
I got this tofu mix, which is called namprik ong. It looks like egg, but it's of tofu and tomato. This though, an amazing texture on that. It's almost like fish. I don't know what else they put in it. Turmeric and it's delicious.
Even the airlines are getting in on the festivities, making this almost like a Christmas for vegans. So I wanted to find out where this vegetarian festival came from. My journey starts on a tropical island known in recorded history as far back as the 2nd century BC to the Greco-Roman geographer Ptolemy. He referred to it as Jang Seilang, now known as Phuket.
The origins of the festival are uncertain, but there's a predominant myth that it started in the 1800s when a Chinese opera group were traveling here. But when they arrived in the island, they fell seriously ill.
In the 19th century, Kathu district on the east coast of the island was a settlement of migrant Chinese for tin mining. However, during this time, most of the area was still a jungle and malaria was widespread. Soon after the entertainers visited, the whole company of performers was struck with fever. To cure their illness, they had the idea of observing a tradition known as the Nine Emperor Gods Festival, which celebrated Chinese deities with rituals and adhering to a strict vegetarian diet. The opera ensemble soon regained their health, which was of great curiosity to natives of Kathu. So the people adopted the ceremonies, believed to bring good fortune, which is now celebrated as the Vegetarian Festival or Tesagan Ginjay across all parts of Thailand for 10 days, beginning on the first evening of the 9th lunar month. This festival is an amalgamation of different influences, but predominantly it's about honoring the 9 emperor gods from Taoist belief. These are manifested in the sky as the 7 heavenly bodies of the Ursa Major constellation, plus 2 extra stars which are not visible to the naked eye. But the worshipping of stars as spirit gods goes back even further than Taoism, even before China's first emperor, to amongst the indigenous populations of southern China, once the land of the Baiyu. non-Chinese tribes who were related to the Taiwanese Aborigines. They had a culture rich in sorcery and necromancy. With the incorporation of these provinces into the Qin and Han empires, the mixed culture of mysticism and Taoism was brought with the emigration of Fujian people to Southeast Asia during the last 300 years to Myanmar, Singapore, Malaysia, the Rio Islands, and Thailand. On the eve of the festival, people are gathering at Jui Toi Temple in Phuket. They're here for the god's invitation ceremony. A pole with 9 lanterns, known as the Go Deng, is raised to the heavens, and the 9 emperor gods are invited to descend to the earth. This ritual marks the start of the festival. At night, the celebration spills out onto the street, where food stalls take over the roads and hungry participants get their first fill of vegetarian delights. The diet is one of purification, the principal theme of this festival. But the people and the spaces they inhabit are also purified by shamanic-like figures known as the Ma Song. Entering a trance, they act as vessels for the gods to control. With this mystic power, they can inflict self-tortures to transfer malevolence away from the community and onto themselves. Then, throughout the 10 days, each local temple has a parade through the town centre.
So noise is quite important part of the procession to drive away the evil spirits from the town.
Although this festival is celebrated amongst other Chinese communities in Southeast Asia, with its roots in the culture of the 9 emperor gods, the piercings and self-mutilations, which are unique to Phuket, are suggested to have been influenced by similar acts of the Hindu festival Thaipusam, originating from the Tamils of South India. This region has indeed had a great influence on Thai culture over its history. Hinduism, Pallava script, and its form of Theravada Buddhism have all flowed to Thailand from here. On Phuket Island, it's thought Indian settlers have been present since the 1st century BC, as a stopover point for trade between China and the South Indian Chola Empire. Arab merchants would continue the trade from Tamil, Sri Lanka and Bengal, dropping off spices through the Malacca Straits, such as cumin, cloves, turmeric and aniseed, which are found today in some southern Thai curries. But an ingredient now seen as quintessential to Thai cuisine wasn't introduced until this spice market was overtaken by colonists from even further across the globe.
Before the 16th century, Thai cuisine like curries and stir-fries had never even seen one of these. The capsicum is native to South America, but when the Iberian colonists came from South America and sailed to the east, Portuguese traders set up trading posts along Southeast Asia, and along with that, they brought this chili pepper.
The Portuguese can also be thanked for another influence to Phuket culture. Walking through Phuket town now is not dissimilar from its European colonized neighbors, Penang or Georgetown. But this Sino-Portuguese architecture wasn't actually built by the Portuguese. It's an Asian hybrid style, also known as Chinese Baroque. In the 1800s, extensive tin mining drew thousands of southern Chinese laborers to Phuket Island and the surrounding Malacca Straits. From the riches of the tin and rubber trades, they incorporated their Chinese heritage with their fascination for European architecture. Today, one particular Thai-Chinese family from the province of Trang continued this Iberian theme in Phuket town when they became the majority shareholders of Phuket Provincial Trading Company. The daughter, Georgie Viprakaset, with her love of Spain, converted a warehouse for rice and sugar trade into a hotel in the style of a Spanish B&B. She also honors her Chinese heritage by partaking in the 10-day vegetarian fasting and by paying merit to temples around Phuket. I met up with Georgie to sample some of the local temple food, but the background of exploding firecrackers made it far from being a tranquil setting for lunch.
So many kids because it's school break.
During the Phuket Vegetarian Festival, these Chinese temples prepare food by the bucket load, served completely free to the public.
So you will never be hungry or starving. Because every temple you go, you have free food to eat. You know, sometimes the people contribute money, but if you don't have money, you don't have to. You can always come and eat. So different temple, they have a different menu. So you go to different temples, you always find something different. But this one is my favorite. My favorite is pumpkin. This is a very simple kind of food, you know. They don't change it to make it more fancy looking or fancy taste.
Yeah.
It's always simple, very original, you know, like in the years back that everybody eats just like that.
The vegetarian festival, like Thai culture in general, has a mixture of influences, incorporating customs from various religions and folklore. Being the personification of compassion, one figure that is usually associated with vegetarianism across East Asia is Guan Yin.
She's a goddess, yeah, very powerful, and she can have different style, you know. They have different style. The one that she sits on the lotus flowers, the one that have many hands, so it's all represent different parts of her.
Known as the one who hears the cries of all sentient beings and is believed to liberate them from their karmic suffering, there are many myths and incarnations of Guan Yin, originating from Indian Buddhism as the Bodhisattva, an enlightened one, known by the names Avalokiteshvara or Padmapani, who is depicted as either male or female. In Chinese folklore, she has been feminized into either a goddess or as the Princess Miao Shan, who is believed to be a reincarnation of the Bodhisattva. Some devotees of Guan Yin across Thailand, even if not vegetarian, practice abstinence from beef. This may stem from a pseudo-myth that Guan Yin was a compassionate daughter of a cruel king. It is believed that due to his evil deeds, he was reincarnated many times as a cow. Thus, in respect of the goddess's compassionate nature, followers avoid consuming any bovine flesh. It has also been suggested that this avoidance could just be a legacy from the propagation of either ancient Chinese or Indian culture, where beef eating was taboo as cattle were needed for ploughing. Although not the predominant meat in Thai cuisine, beef is still consumed in a few traditional recipes, particularly from the northeastern countryside, where the majority of cattle are farmed and dishes such as rare beef salads are eaten. And more recently, consumption is increasing in urban areas in line with tastes for Western cuisine. Fortunate for some Thai cows, saving animals from slaughter is also believed in Buddhism to be a way to acquire merit to improve one's karma. Back in Bangkok, I visited a Buddhist temple that provides a sanctuary for cattle by using public donations to save them from slaughterhouses.
มาจากโรงฆ่าสัตว์ไข่เอามาไว้ที่นี่ก่อนแล้วก็พอนี้ก็จะได้ส่งมอบให้เกษตรกรไปเลี้ยงต่อที่ไม่ยากไร้นะแล้วก็ต้องการที่จะเลี้ยงด้วยคือเอาไปแล้วนี่ไม่ให้ฆ่าไม่ให้ฆ่าไม่ให้ทำร้ายไม่ให้ขายคือเอาไปเลี้ยงแล้วก็เอาลูกต่อแล้วก็จนเขาเสียชีวิตก็จนฝังนั่นแหละก็เป็นตัวไข่มา
Sending the safe cattle to farmers in need of ploughing power and to ensure the cows are not harmed was a project set up by the late Thai king Bhumibol Adulyadej. From a great respect for the king and a strong belief in karma, the promise is upheld by the farmers and the cows are looked after. Obscurely, even some slaughterhouses themselves promote this project to free their own livestock. During the vegetarian festival across Thailand, folks seem to become more charitable.
ก็จะเยอะกว่าปกติเพราะว่าคือเว้นจากการทานเนื้อนะแล้วมาทำเยอะกว่าปกติแต่ถ้าวันสำคัญก็จะเยอะทางพุทธศาสนาด้วยทางวันพระวันอะไรเนี่ยจะมีมาทำบุญก็มีมา
It could be considered that a gap exists between some Buddhist precepts and most of its followers' practices. Vegetarianism is admired amongst Buddhists, but often not practiced. Eating meat amongst Theravada monks is accepted, supposedly reflecting early practice of the Buddha himself. They try to avoid meat consumption, but eat whatever alms is offered to them, as to not refuse anyone's generosity or deny them of paying merit.
เพราะว่ามันก็ดีครับถ้าทำได้นะถ้าทำได้ก็ดีถ้าทำไม่ได้ก็ดังมากก็ให้ลดลงก็ดีคือว่าดีเพราะว่าไม่เบียดเบียนกันแต่ทางหลักพุทธศาสนาก็สอนให้ไม่เบียดเบียนกันการไม่ทานแต่ในหลักจริงๆก็ไม่ได้ห้ามหรอกแต่ว่าถ้าทำได้ก็ดีเพราะว่าจะได้ลดการฆ่าสัตว์ตัดชีวิตลงเพราะว่าทางคือห้ามอยู่แล้วข้อที่ปานาธิบาตห้ามฆ่าสัตว์ตัดชีวิตมันมีกิจก็ทำได้นี่ก็เป็นบุญคือว่าไม่สร้างเวรนะเป็นบุญเพราะทุกคนที่ทำอันนี้ต้องทำด้วยตนเองจะรู้
That is really good.
People think vegan will quick die or not enough protein.
If you like this video, click the thumbs up. Please subscribe to this channel and visit the website for updates. And follow me on Instagram for vegan recipes at cooking.master.boy.